Okay, Collision. Now, I'm not going to lie here. Because of how hot it is in New York, I've been fried lately. I don't have an AC, just in case anybody say, well, why don't you use your AC? I don't have one. I live in an old building where the electricity can be extremely high because the old wiring is not efficient here. So I get fried every year. As some people who've been watching me know that I don't have an AC. I just got a fan. So in this situation, I totally forgot Collision. I forgot what time it was. So by the time I realized, it was quite late. So I decided, and understand, there are sites that you can go to that you can see replays well before the show is even over. Yeah, there are sites that you can go to that are already recording Collision or Dynamite or whatever. And most of the time, you could actually see the replay as the show is going on. You would see the first, and within about an hour, you can see the first 10 to 15 minutes or even 20. So I decided when it was almost finished not to watch it, except for the ending. I did see the ending. And then I decided to go back and check out the parts that I missed. Now, I'm not saying I looked through all of it. Like I said, I'm a bit fried today. So I did fast forward to see what was going on. For some of the matches, I did see them in entirety. For the others, I kind of fast forward because I knew there was not going to be a lot behind it. That was just what I had to do for myself. Because I am tired, I am fried. Let me give it to you like this. The Andrade match with Buddy Matthews, Julia Hart, and the mask. That's what it was. It was a mask match. Whoever wins the ladder match gets the mask. And I'm like, couldn't you have saved this for the pay-per-view? Couldn't you have found a way to extend this? Or did they believe that Andrade is not worth this effort? That since the House of Black took his mask, wouldn't it have been better to wait until the nearest pay-per-view for him to actually get it back? That the House of Black could have done everything they could to mess with him, to prevent him from getting it, and for him to get frustrated to the point where he feels lost? Wouldn't it have been better that way? You guys tell me below. Because it's not the point that Andrade won the mask back and that Buddy Matthews and Julia Hart got driven through a table that was propped up in the ring, not laying flat. And wondering about Buddy Matthews' shoulder because hopefully he's alright. Because when you dislocate that thing, the muscles are messed up. Even the joint gets messed up. It looked like it was dislocated, so I'm hoping he's okay. But wouldn't it have been better at a pay-per-view? Wouldn't it have been better to wait? Because now what? What does this give Andrade? Nothing. He just gets his mask back. But it does not mean it means something. Because the House of Black is still the House of Black. I'm just saying. Next, Darby Allin versus Minoru Suzuki. Now, I did see the first match almost to its entirety, which was good. But this is the best match of the night for me personally. Look, I'm not a big Japanese wrestling fan. I'm not. I barely even seen anything of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I thought between the two shows, New Japan Pro Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Noah, I kind of have an interest because of what happened in Impact Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Noah dealing with Eddie Edwards and being there. What was the name of the title? I can't remember. The Honor title, I believe they called it. I can't remember what the name of their title is. You guys can tell me below. I just don't remember. It was years ago when he had the championship from Pro Wrestling Noah when they researched himself for an understand. So I'm kind of interested in what's going on in New Japan, not in New Japan Pro Wrestling directly, but more in Pro Wrestling Noah. Not saying New Japan is bad. I'm just saying. But seeing this match, this was a damn hard-hitting match. I liked it. And I checked to see how old Minoru Suzuki is. If I'm right, he was born in 1968. So he's what, 55 years old? He's a bit older than I am. And the way he's moving down the ring, he's like in his mid-40s or early 40s moving around. He keeps himself in good shape. He's way better than most people. Tanahashi, if I remember correctly, is not working so well. His knees are a mess, if I remember. So seeing him, and he's active, taking full-size chops and taking whacks to the face, and he just kicks out and he goes, I like him. Admittedly, he's not better than Ima Ishii. I like Ima Ishii. In the end, Darby Allin won by a roll-up, even though Suzuki managed to get him into a rear naked choke. I don't know what this means. Does this mean something between them, at least after what's going on with Swerve Strickland and AR Fox? Because AR Fox is now working with Swerve and the Mogul affiliates. But I would have liked to see the story of these two. That you got the up-and-coming Darby Allin dealing with Miru Suzuki, even though if he can't speak very much English, you can have a translator in saying, counting if he comes around more often, that I'm the gatekeeper. Someone like him, I've seen everybody. He ain't good enough yet. I'm going to beat him until he gets. That's what I like to see. But that's just me. All right. Miro beat up on somebody. Don't know if it means something. You got Tony Storm and Shida. Hiroko Shida. Tony Storm. Don't care. Because I haven't seen Tony Storm in months. Or weeks, actually. Weeks or months. Whatever you want. I don't know if it's been a month or so. It's been a long time since I've seen her. And she's saying, I'm going to be taking care of you, Hiroko Shida. I haven't seen her. So either she's been on RH, Hiroko Shida, or she's just been off TV. Because there's no more Dark or Dark Elevation. Where has Hiroko Shida been? Is she gone back and forth between Japan and here? It makes it hard to really pay attention to her. I'm just saying. Alright, Samoa Joe versus Gravity. I did not expect Gravity to win here. It was a very short match. Gravity got his ass handed to him. Fine. He's getting to be with other wrestlers that are good. Joe was fun when he was doing the man walk when... Let me get you like this. When you saw Gravity, he looked like he was about to jump back on Joe. And Joe usually always walks out of the way. This time, he wanted to play with him. He going, yeah, I'm walking like I'm on the moon as you fall on your damn face. And he takes him out. It made me laugh. This next match, it was not a bad match, but I didn't watch it in its entirety. Because I'm still tired, because I've been fried, you can see that I'm just sweaty. The Juice Robinson and the Bang Bang Gang versus Van Kingo versus a what is going on? I want to know what Dante Martin's doing right now. I wish we could know. Because Darius is doing well with Action Andretti, but I'd like to know how Dante's doing with his ankle. Hopefully he'll be back soon. And I want to know if there's going to be a story between these three, because when Dante comes back, I'm hoping he doesn't just go into the singles division. I want to see there be a feud between Action Andretti and Dante Martin, because Darius decides that he doesn't want to be a part of Top Flight anymore. He'd rather be with Action Andretti because he feels Action is more better than his brother Darius. No, better Dante, not Darius. Dante, you see him fried. I'm getting names for you. But you get my point. The bad guys won. And to be honest, because of what's been going on with Bullet Club Gold and what's going on with the Bang Bang Gang, I'm not exactly surprised. Even though this is the first time that these three guys are working together. Van Kingo, Darius, as well as Action Andretti. They're the first time they're going to be a trios team now. I think they'll work pretty good together, but I kind of admit it would have been better if they had someone who's more heavy, who's more physically stronger than all three of them. Doesn't mean they're not all good wrestlers, but they're all very similar in how they can move around the ring. I'm sorry, if you think they're all different, there's not that much difference between all three. And I know there's going to be someone said, you see, they're all just spot monkeys. Shut up. Stop. I'm saying this because everybody does have a different style. Because of high-flying wrestling, everyone is slightly different than another. But they can still be the same if they're all working together at the same time. And people will notice it. You can change it up with giving someone who's more ground, who does more psychology, or who's more physical. All of them are very similar. But they are different. But I would like to see someone other than maybe Darius or Vankingo or, well, Action Andrade is a big question mark because he's so new there and because they're really high on him. It's hard to say that it's unwise to keep him in a type of trios like that. I'm just saying. The match that surprised me, Kiera Hogan versus Mercedes Martinez. Oh my gosh. How long has it been since they've been on TV? I have no idea if they've been on ROH TV. As far as I know, I don't know. If they both have been on ROH TV lately, fine. I know I haven't seen it in months because I haven't had a chance to do any reviews. So I rarely saw it. Only time I just saw it was Death Before Dishonor. I have not had time. But when you see this, it was upsetting. It's upsetting to see that these two now are on Collision when shouldn't they both already be on Collision? All the women that are currently on Dynamite, leave them on Dynamite. I want to see the women on Collision. I want to see the women that are supposed to be on OH on Collision. You're doing Willow Nightingale, and she came out after the match was over, along with Statlander, who's the current TBS champion. That's what I want to see. That's what I believe needs to be done. Honestly, you know what they need to do? And I know not everyone's going to agree. Some will. I want to see Collision move from Saturday to Friday. And then take Rampage and put it on YouTube. Replace what you had on YouTube between Elevation and Dark and just put Rampage. Put Rampage on YouTube and put Collision Friday. Or hell, put it Thursday if you have to. Put it there. You need to do something because they're going to get slaughtered when it comes to all the sports that's coming out. They are. I'm just saying. But it was an okay match. And now Mercedes wants that damn title. Now here's the problem. If Mercedes is jumping from ROH to Collision to Rampage, it sucks. Put her on Collision and leave her there because they need women. Like Miro, put her there. Because Mercedes is a great wrestler. But if she's jumping from show to show to show, don't gain anything. Because the show feels empty. I'm just saying. FTR versus Cole and MJF. The opening was good. The wrestling was good. The ending was surprising because MJF was one to sacrifice himself for a Adam Cole. He was willing to sacrifice himself. He saved Cole, but in the end, trying to get a Wheeler, it didn't work. He got pinned and he was so upset. And you could see that Cash and Wheeler were just, I'm sorry. See, I'm getting fried. I'm saying Cash and Wheeler like it's Dax. Sorry. Cash and Dax pretty much made it very clear ain't nobody better than us. There's never anybody better than us. But I don't feel like it's important enough when it comes to Big Bill and look, Brian Cage, love the guy. But seeing that he's a trios member and he's trying to get somewhere with Big Bill, I feel nothing from their tag team. Where's the tag teams in AEW? They feel non-existent. You actually got to dig out Big Bill and Brian Cage. What's going on here? I'm just saying. But when it was over, and you see MJF is so upset because he said, I lost a match, and Cole's trying to console him. He's saying, look, it's all right. It's all right. We lost. It's all right. It's not you. It's us. We both lost together. But he knew, and Cole said it. He gave him the title. He's trying to convince him he's still a great champion. But he also knew that MJF is pissed. MJF is not going to take it. And he walks away from MJF. And MJF just wants to deck him. And Cole turns around, puts himself like this, and says, do what you got to do. He knew he was going to try and backstab him. But he said, you know what? I love you. But do what you got to do. I know you're going to do it. Do it. And he can't. He drops his title. He hugs Cole, and now they're keeping this. They didn't want to pull the trigger on them because they're still very popular. Haven't I told you guys? MJF is one of the rare few that knows the oldest style of how pro wrestling works, of psychology. It's not always getting in the damn ring and going full tilt. Not everyone understands it. And one of these I don't know if this person is a subscriber or not. I don't really know. That person doesn't understand anything, and you know who you are. If you're the one who said, Uncle Phil, buddy, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. You talking the way you are. And this is not to chew your ass out, but I'm going to say this after what was said on a SmackDown review. And it's going to be here. Because you say you like how WWE is running because the guys look like real wrestlers and they've been well trained. You can't pull that joke. You like how it runs with Vince. Just say it in your comment. Don't try and be slick and try to say, oh, because AEW doesn't have it right because they got Vanilla Midget. No. It's Vince. You got the same wrestlers as on AEW as on WWE. It's how they're booked. So don't try to be clever. I'm just telling you. And like when you can make a comment here, I know you're going to say the same thing. Particularly what I said with the trios match. I'm going to say here. You're going to do the same damn thing. You're going to say, you see how AEW? No. You got the same people that are on AEW as well as on WWE. It counts on their booking. It's not just about how they do their work in the ring. So don't try it. I will leave a comment below saying, stop trying to be slick. It's the same thing. Just say you like Vince's booking. Say you like near an 80-year-old man's booking. Just say it. No shame in it. The only way it gets shameful is when you're scared to say it. There you go. As you see from the title of this show, well, not this show, but you can see I'm fried. As you can see from the title of this review, the straight edge era, we got CM Punk coming out. We got CM Punk making it very clear. Hey, what's going on, Stanford? And there's a lot of people booing him, a lot of people cheering him, but he's always cared about. And he pulled out that damn title, which we knew he had to eventually pull out. But the one thing a lot of people want is for him to address what's going on with the Bucks and Kenny. That's what people want. You're not going to get it, at least not yet, because he talked about Wembley Stadium. And will he be there? He says, well, eventually we'll find out. But then he decides, once he pulled that damn title out, he decided to put his symbol on it, the X, saying this is a straight edge, and they may rename this the straight edge title. Guys, this is what I think might happen. This might not happen, but this is what I think will happen. Because of how things are going in AEW. Compared to WWE, where they're jumping their champions from one show to another when they say clearly there's supposed to be a division between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. You got the Raw champion not always being clear about what he's doing. He's going to NXT. You got the SmackDown champion jumping all over the place when he wants to. You got the women's champion going whenever she wants to. You got the tag champions who don't even go to NXT when they're supposed to. But you'll throw pretty much whoever you want when you want, like Judgment Day. It is a mess when it comes to WWE keeping their word to the fans that this is how we're setting things up and we are going to stick with it. They don't because of Vince. So, when you see here and what happened with CM Punk and Ricky Starks saying that he deserves a damn shot, damn it. He doesn't just have earned it, he deserves it. And now there's going to be a match, probably, I think it was next week. They're going to be doing it. This is what I'm thinking. Because they put an X on that title, this title may not be merged with MJF. This may be its own title on Collision, and it might be the Straight Edge, AEW Straight Edge Championship. This might happen. I'm not saying it will, but it might, because if they book this correctly with CM Punk could get a title that has been debunked due to the fact of him getting basically suspended. And he gets enough pull from the fans that they love it the way it is, and they start chanting straight edge champion, or the straight edge, he gets it over. Tony Khan may turn this, going from the merging of both AEW's World Heavyweight Championship and the debunked one, to the World Heavyweight Championship on Dynamite and the Straight Edge Championship, the AEW Straight Edge Championship for Collision. I think they may do that. I'm not saying they will, but they could. Guess what? That would be CM Punk's legacy in AEW. He creates a title like Taz did, the FTW titles, which is still remembered after how many years? How many decades that damn title's been kicked around and people care about it? Look what happened with Hook. It made him. Ricky, it almost made him to a certain extent. But if he can make a straight edge championship work in AEW, that would be his legacy for that company. And that could be what they may be doing here by him doing that. But this is just me, and I hope you enjoy this. I don't know if I'm going to be doing, I will be doing possibly Great American Bash. That's what I want. But being fried the way I am, if I miss it and it's the next day, like Monday, I'm sorry. I'll try and do it Monday if I don't do it Sunday. If there's any inconvenience, I'm sorry about that. I will say something about it. But that's just me. Peace.